Here we have a 2018 Mercedes-Benz C43 AMG 4MATIC Premium Plus. Now with this vehicle you do get 4 19-inch AMG multi-spoke alloy wheels in excellent unmarked, unscratched condition, as you can see just there, complemented by the huge AMG red brake calipers just behind. Coming round to the front, the vehicle itself is finished in an obsidian black exterior metallic paintwork, which looks fantastic. We've got our Pan America style front grille, the blacked out Mercedes badging. Coming around, we've got some bi-turbo 4MATIC badging. We've got our colour-coded wing mirror with the camera in, as we do have 360-degree cameras. Chrome door handles. We've got our interior. A quick look at that whilst we're working our way around. Black trim around the windows with the privacy glass for the rear passengers. Panoramic sunroof on top. There's a closer look at our third alloy wheel. Coming to the rear, we've got our spoiler lip just there. We do have both front and rear parking sensors with reversing camera included in the 360-degree cameras. We've also got our tailgate just here, which is power assisted. Great amount of space in there, as you can see. We can close that up just as easily by pushing the button like so. And as you can see, the vehicle itself is free from any major marks, dents or scratches. Now we've then got our last alloy wheel. There's a closer look at that. There we are. Now going on to the interior, we'll start at the rear. We've got these fantastic looking half leather seats. 2 seats in the rear. We've got the ISOFIX points built within the seats. 2 good sized cup holders in the middle. We've got the fantastic red accents as well, the red seat belts with the red stitching, which looks superb. And on the doors there, we've got our uprated Burmester sound system as well. Now if we close that back, on the door here we've got that same premium Burmester sound system, which sounds absolutely fantastic. Heated seats for both front passengers, as you can see just there. We've also got electrically adjustable memory seats in this vehicle, so we can adjust the seats like so. Incredibly easy to do so, and assign our favourite seating positions to each one of those numbers. We've got our unlock and lock button, brushed metal handle, electric power folding wing mirrors with electric window controls, got plenty more leather with that red stitching as well, gives it a really luxurious look. And we can then open the boot down there as well. Now stepping inside, out of the sun, we've got our auto lights on the right, a button to turn off our parking sensors. We can actually extend our seat belt just there, so I'll show you a demonstration of that. Start the vehicle up, foot on the brake, start button. As you can see, the vehicle has covered just over 17,200 miles, and we are free from any warning lights on the dashboard. So for the seat belt, like I mentioned, as you can see just there, it is fully extended as we speak, so it will actually move from back there, come out to make it easier to grab, and we can actually initiate that by pressing the button just there. We've got our ambient lighting, which I'll show you in more depth there, as you can see. Now, as you may have noticed, we do have a digital display, so we can actually make different changes on here using the touchpads. So I can actually go between these different settings. We can show performance figures, etc., whichever you want to see. You've got your service, assistance, performance, trip, navigation, radio, media, telephone, design as well, etc. We can actually change our design to things like the Super Sport or the Classic, whichever you prefer. Taking a step back, we've got our multifunctional steering wheel with different controls for whilst we're on the go. Things like phone controls, volume controls. As you may have seen, this is the facelift steering wheel as well, which looks fantastic, and that does mean that your speed limiter and cruise control is on the steering wheel instead of on a stalk on the left, which makes it a lot more convenient with the 2 touchpads. We've then got our paddle shifters on either side for taking manual control of our gears. Just turn that volume down. We've got our electrically adjustable steering wheel as well, which in harmony with the electrically adjustable seats makes getting comfortable in this vehicle an absolute breeze. Now coming into the middle, we've got our infotainment screen. So on here you'll find things like your navigation. Just turn that aircon on a slightly bit. Ice cold aircon is included. We've got navigation, we've got our radio, so we've got DAB radio. We've then got different forms of media connectivity. So if we go across here now to media sources, you'll see we've got things like Bluetooth, SD and USB. We've got phone connectivity, so we can connect our phone via Bluetooth to make calls or listen to music. And on the topic of phone connectivity, if we go into the settings here, across to connect, you'll see we do also have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto just there as well. Great features to have in a vehicle. If you've used it before, you'll know why. We've then got our light settings just here. So like I mentioned before, we do have the ambient lighting, and we've got this huge array of colours we can pick between just there. Again, it looks fantastic at night time. Now coming down, actually before we do, we'll go back onto navigation. If I put the vehicle into reverse, you'll see we've got our reversing camera, as well as a 360-degree view of the car, a bird's eye view if you will. We can actually flick between the different views as well, like so. Again, makes parking an absolute breeze. We even got our active parking assist just there as well. Now if we go back into park, we've then got our different driving modes. So on here you'll find we've got things like Sports Plus, Sport, Comfort, Individual and Slippery. And as you can see on the right just here, each one of these modes has its own driving characteristics. So you can pick which one of these modes best suits your driving style at the time. Coming down, we've got our dual zone climate control, so we can control each side of the vehicle's temperature independently with ice cold air conditioning and convenient shortcuts like auto. We've then got our shortcuts here for the infotainment screen. Just turn those down so you can hear me. We've got our shortcuts here for the infotainment screen, which is what I've been using to navigate the display during this demonstration, with hazard lights on the right. Underneath here we've got two good sized cup holders. We've got our wireless charging as well as a USB connection just there. We've then got our dynamic driving mode select, so that's what I showed you just before, the different driving modes. We've got our manual button, so M for manual, which is you'll press that if you want to engage manual mode to use the paddle shifters, or if you want to get out of manual mode. We've then got our AMG ride control, so you can see there we can flick between Sport, Sports Plus and Comfort. Again, great features to have. We've got a traction control just there, touchpad and control wheel, again for the infotainment screen, volume wheel as well as power. We've then got our exhaust button as well, so we can actually change the tone. We can open up the valves of the exhaust with this button. I'm not sure if the microphone will pick it up, but you can actually hear the noticeable difference when you flick between the two. Start stop technology, and we can also get our cameras up like so. We've then got our soft touch leather armrest, which does also double up as storage. And then last but not least, we've got our panoramic sunroof just there, currently fully open. We can close that up like so, which as you can see and hear all works exactly as you would imagine. We've then got the blind, which will now retract, and we can then close that up like so as well. All working exactly as you would expect. Great versatility as well. Now the vehicle is ready to drive away today with free next day nationwide contactless delivery, competitive low finance, a fresh service, a fresh MOT, and it's also HPI clear. That's all from me on today's video. I hope you found it useful. Thank you for watching.
Video test drive of this Mercedes-Benz C43 AMG. Now the purpose of this video test drive is to show the vehicle drives exactly how you would expect it to. As you can see, I'm not having to fight with steering wheel to keep it in a straight line. It's going straight and true, and not veering off to the left or to the right hand side. And you can see the pinch drive is in the centre, so the vehicle is going straight and true. Now we do have paddle shift if you wish to take the car into manual mode, as well as cruise control and speed limiter on the right hand side of the multi-function steering wheel. Now to activate the cruise control, so you push up on the dial, and then it'll go to the nearest miles an hour. And then push up very slightly, or just by one. Push up until you feel a bit of a click, and then it'll adjust to the nearest 5 miles an hour. Now to cancel, simply just press the brake or push down on cancel, and then the cruise control will then cancel. Now I'm coming up to the roundabout, so I'm going to take it left as you would if you were driving this vehicle today. So I'm going to take over the paddle shift now. So currently at 5th, down to 4th, into 3rd, slowing down for traffic, into 2nd, now into 3rd, into 4th, and then I'm going to let the car take back over. Now I can also press M, and then the car goes fully into manual mode, and then press it again, and it goes back into D. Now if you use your paddle shift as normal, then you want it to go back into D quite quickly, simply push down on the gear selector and it goes straight back into drive. Now I do have the full digital dash in front of me, which is interchangeable, as you've just seen on the walk around video. Now we do have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto on the screen in the centre, as well as satellite navigation, Bluetooth media and Bluetooth audio connectivity, and also 360-degree cameras when you pop it into reverse. Now I do have the carbon fibre look trim in the centre and the brushed metal trim on the sides, which is a very nice addition and works very well in the interior of this car. Now combined with the red seatbelts and the red stitching all around this vehicle, it is a very nice environment to be in. Now we do have very comfortable half leather and half suede seats, which are extremely comfortable, where you can easily do 2, 3, even 400 miles in this vehicle, still get out feeling fresh. Now, here at RS Car Sales, we are a 5-star dealership. We're everything just start 5-star reviews on Google, Autotrader and Car Gurus. Now if you read through the reviews, our customers really do reiterate the fact of how good we are to buy for and how caring of a company we actually are. Now also fitted to this vehicle is a Mercedes exhaust, which is valved, so you press the button just down here and then the valves will turn on. But right now I'm going to the industrial state, but I'm going to take a right, I'm going to perform an emergency stop and put it straight into reverse, just to show you that the brakes work exactly how you would expect them to. And you'll see the 360-degree pack camera pop up in the centre. So pulling in now, do the emergency stop in 3, 2, 1, hard onto the brakes, straight into reverse, no issues whatsoever. You can see the camera just in the centre. Now back into drive, again, no issues whatsoever. Now if you're test driving this vehicle today, you'll be listening out if anyone wanted knocks or bangs, and if you've been listening out during this test drive video, there hasn't been any, which is always a bonus when buying a used car. Now if you haven't answered all of your questions and inquiries during this test drive and walk around video, please feel free to get in contact with the sales team, where they can answer any unanswered questions and also run through some inquiries with you. But that's it from me on this test drive and walk around video. We hope to hear from you soon. Cheers.